Good evening, boys and girls. It's Arsenal game day eve. The Highbury squad is back and it's season 3. It's the kickoff of one of your favorite shows. He's back. Come prepared. No two-footed tackles, studs up, cards at the ready. Let's roll.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Please stand clear of the discussion doors. The next stop is Highbury Squad.
Good evening, boys and girls. Welcome to another live edition of the Highbury Squad. It's a summer evening. I'm sure a lot of you are out there enjoying your fine summer. For those of you listening on replay, thanks for joining us as well. And to our audio listeners on iTunes, Spotify and Acast, welcome to the show. Please subscribe, hit that like button, and join our kind community. Everyone is welcome as long as you don't go in two-footed, studs up. Welcome back to the show. It's kickoff season 3. My podcast brother from another mother, Mr. Super Kevin Campbell.
Squaddies, how are we? Funky Friday, a fantastic one. Weather's been gorgeous over here in the UK. I'm sure it's gorgeous in California. And I'm sure it's gorgeous everywhere. We love ya. At ease, let's go. Come on.
Super Kev, that is a fine fly t-shirt you're wearing there. Look at that lion.
Yeah, man.
I love it. Hear the lion roar. You ready to roar this evening?
That's what Kev says. This Kev says the first one. The lion's out.
Lion is
there
out.
You go.
Listen, everyone, you know the rules. Don't forget to go visit our friends at Zenith Coins, the official licensed partner of our beautiful football club. Check out this beautiful coin. Comes with a certificate of authenticity and it's very collectible. We are having some special coins made, which will be with us imminently. And we'll be giving away some collectibles on the show this season. You won't want to miss that. Also, don't forget to visit our store. You can find the link on the top of the page. Remember, all of the stuff we sell goes to Gooners v Cancer and to our artists in our beautifully talented Gooner community. Get your tickets for the September 2nd event, gvclive.com, gvclive.com. There's going to be another great panel that Mike is hosting. And of course, he's got loads of new gear to give away, signed shirts. It's a beautiful thing. You won't want to miss it. Stay tuned to the end of the show because Kev and I are going to give you our match day preview as well. But the season begins. Look at this face. Hey. How old were you there, Kev?
22, 23, I think. Something like that.
Beautiful. Wearing the vintage favorite kit. Maybe the black kit has become a new favorite, but that banana kit is definitely a classic. Let's not wait around. The usual suspects are in the house. Terence and Danny lead the card table so far this season, both on yellows. Speaking of Danny, we've got our very good friend, Mr. Danny from a Burkamp Wonderland in the house. Demsec is here. If you want to join our fantasy league, just reach out to Demsec on Twitter and he will guide you in the right direction. They're all here, Kev. Let's get ready to rumble, as they say. Question number 1. Put your shades on because this dicky bow, it's too hot to handle.
Squaddies, welcome to the first Kev Says of the season. There will not be Kev Says every week, but you're going to get hopefully 1 or 2 a month. 1 or 2 a month. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how many people like it, etc. At ease, Squaddies. Right, Sophie, let's get cracking. It's a sunny day and I've got a special bow tie on. So, Kev says, question number 1. What type of shape are the Arsenal in right now? What type of shape are the Arsenal in? Question number 1.
Okay, so let me understand what you mean by shape. We're not talking about fitness, are we, Kev?
It depends. It depends what you want to put that shape to. But the Arsenal is all encompassing, yeah? So what type of shape are we in?
Okay.
Everyone might have a different take on it. I don't mind. I don't mind a different take. It adds to it.
So, all right, everyone, start getting your answers in the chat. Remember, hit the like button. There's plus 100 of you already, and those numbers are going to grow as the show kicks in. So
salute and hit the like.
All right. So, Kev, I always go first.
Yeah.
And I think we're in pretty good shape. Okay. I think that we've set ourselves up nicely, introducing 2 players who bring in a great amount of experience, who've played under high pressure situations, who can add value in the dressing room. I think we're seeing, no doubt, most people agree with me, albeit, a lot of fans are enjoying all or nothing, and rightly so, seeing their club on the big screen. I think we'd all agree there's a lot of naivety in that dressing room. My goodness, some of the players seem really young from last season. And somehow this season, some of them seem to have looked like they've grown up a little bit, but we're not going to know until the season really kicks in. So for me, I think that's the part I love about Jesus and Zinchenko coming in. I think we'd be in brilliant shape if we added some additional players. But enough about what I think. We'll talk as we go. Danny says he thinks we're in top 3 shape. Evgeny says cannon shape.
Cannon shape.
Kev's top shape, no doubt. No doubt. I love how their interpretation is. 4-2-3-1 says Jaffa.
Oh, love it. Yeah, Jaffa. That's right. That's the shape, all right.
Liz, hi Liz. Hope you're doing well. The team are prepared and a better bench. Mo says an hourglass shape. Time ticks on. I'll change you. Anything is better than that pink thing with black shorts. Makes us look like the Spuds. Danny, now token Spurs fan. Shape played no body. We'll see how you do against Chelsea this weekend. I'd say they're like a toddler, sometimes stable, other times falling over. MD says great shape, getting better and better. Mark, mentally positive and full of belief. Tammy says starting 11 good, but no backup.
Come on, Tammy. You can't say no backup now. Come on. You got Tommy Arsu Vieira. You got Emil Smith-Rowe. Come on. You can't say no backup now.
Matty K says great shape. Evening, Matty K. Hope you're well. Clock Orange with decent, but need at least 2 more signings, especially in the CM area. Oga Kutru, welcome. Hello. And hello to Kevin as well. Harvey says great shape, but still vulnerable to injuries, Kev. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think most teams can be, but I don't want to say too much, but I like that. That's fair.
Okay, so someone commented above, I think Mark did, and I missed it, and Demsek agrees. They agree that the squad seems happy. Archangel says good morale. Someone here, deluded KC. Really? Here we go.
Because don't forget, I'm deluded KC, ain't I? So that's all right. I don't mind that.
First yellow card of the evening goes to Jean de la Croix. Do you have butter on that? Just asking for a friend. Arnie says, my shape is like a balloon. Get in that gym, Arnie. Get in that gym. Pritzker says, Arsenal's in good shape at the moment. Yeah, buddy. Arteta and Edu are making Arsenal better and better. Stephen says, let's see. I don't know if you saw yesterday. It's best you didn't. Let's just leave it at that. Power ranking show supposed to be 20 minutes. Had Magic Mike on. Ended up.
Well, there's no way it's going to be 20 minutes with you and Magic Mike on. No chance.
No way.
How long was it? So?
1 hour 20.
Oh, just stick another hour on like a log. It's all right. Stick another hour on.
Oh, Mr. Aston Mack, the star of the summer, along with our girl Tiff. We're currently at about 60% of full strength on the pitch. In his opinion, Kev, we aren't at peak fitness or chemistry, which is why it's great. We're picking up wins. Can't wait to see us at 100%. What do you think of that?
I'll have a question for Aston, if he could reply back. If we're only at 60%, you can't say 2 players will make us at 100. So How many players are we missing out of that squad, out of that team then to make it 100? That'll be interesting to find out.
All right, let's hear what Aston's response is going to be. Trevor, good shape for the forthcoming season. Glavy, we're in good shape with the connection between players and fans. BX, hello. Good to see you back here. Let's see. Where's Hugh? Right here. Arsenal looking more mature this season with the signings. A lot of jokes about people's weight coming in. Another one from Matty K. Better shape than his midriff. Lone Star Londoner must be hot down there in Texas. Decent shape. Need additions. Lots of games. This season we need depth. Can we avoid falling away with 10 games to go? Kev, you've been talking about, in January, you said we needed 8 to 10. I think you're still on that train that you would like 4, which you're not going to get.
Yeah, I would like 4 in. As you said, 2. Need a couple of signings. I'm sure everybody in here would accept another couple of signings, but obviously that's going to happen over the time. But at this moment in time, that's why I asked the question, because we virtually know what we need. We want to fatten that squad up. We want to make it really strong. Good. I thought it's good to hear people talk about midriffs and all different stuff. Avoiding the question. I don't mind all that. I don't mind that at all. But, we do know that it's interesting to hear and read what the fans think where we are.
Definitely.
And majority are kind of similar where we are, to be fair.
Yeah, there's tons more. They're coming in thick and fast. I'm just going to whiz through them. Rocky, he's right behind me here with Super Kevin.
Rocky!
Those babies right there with the 1991 championship winning trophy. Nottingham Forest beat Liverpool 2-1 on that last day, didn't they, Kev? Crown champions us. Paul James, we need Tielemans. Kev, did I read somewhere where you mentioned Tielemans and replacing Thiago? Were you asked that question about Liverpool on Sky or somewhere?
I was asked that. I was asked that because they were talking about, we know Arsenal are in pole position, but if Liverpool went in the marketplace, Tielemans would be a target. I said, of course, he would be a target for them, because what Thiago brings to the table is creativity. And that's what Tielemans brings to the table. So in that Liverpool team, you could see them going for somebody like him who could create, and he shoots from outside the box as well. So
yeah, and with his injury, that he's going to be out 6 weeks or something.
6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks. So listen, we want to steer them well clear of Tielemans. I just think they've got an agreement in place, and it's just a matter of time. So I think he will become an Arsenal player.
These next 2 weeks are going to be nuts, aren't they, Kev?
Yeah.
Solomon says it's now or never for Arteta. If he doesn't deliver, no excuses.
Yeah, but Solomon, let me ask you this. What do you mean? What does now or never mean? Tell me what now or never means. Now or never on what?
I'm not going to answer on his behalf, but
no, don't you answer so.
Raul says Jesus and Partey are crucial. If these two go out, we are screwed. Definitely
tough. Yeah, that's a good point, Raul. Good point.
Yeah. Diana, first live show she's catching. Welcome, Diana.
Hey,
welcome to the madness. Diana. Yes. Let's see. What else do we have here? Nasovo says Jennifer Lawrence shape. We are looking good. Woo!
All right.
I like that.
All right.
Let's see. Terence, yeah. Be a good boy tonight. French toast by Sophie. I think that's the yellow card. We're in far better shape, says Rich, live from Turkey at this stage than we were last season. It's exciting. The squad looks happy. Kev, some of the squaddies that were a little disgruntled last year, excited about this season, people looking forward to the game tomorrow, totally different vibes.
Hey, by the way, Soph, the squaddies are right. How long has this week taken? You just wanted the game. It's taken ages.
It has.
It's taken ages. You just want to see the boys back. You want to see Saliba do it again. You want to see Jesus get off the mark scoring goals. You want to see, do you know what I want to see? I want to see Arsenal go for the jugular of Leicester tomorrow. Really put them under real pressure and see if they can handle it. Brendan Rodgers, don't know if anybody saw his interview, his managerial
His presser
talk.
gave us
his
a lot of
presser.
respect, didn't he?
Oh, he was very complimentary, but that don't fool me, Soph. He's coming with a plan. You know what I mean? He's coming, butter him up, and then we hit him. But
he's coming to do a little bit of this as well.
Yeah, he's
isn't
coming
he?
to brock us up, brock them up. So,
all right, here. What else
right.
do we have here? Aston's response: it's not just that we're missing players; it's our players haven't hit peak chemistry or peak level of their fitness for the season cycle yet. They'll probably peak in October. Kev, you're the player.
No, not in October. Aston, no, not October. They'll peak after 5-6 games. That's where the fitness, you match fit. 5-6 games. So
Lucas Hood says promising shape, but need to be careful of potential banana skin. Does he mean tomorrow's game?
Yeah, well, that's, I suppose, anyone. I suppose Leicester can be a potential banana skin, can't it? So probably does mean tomorrow.
What do you think of Paul's comment here with the addition of new players? Last season, I felt like the team picked itself. This season, with everyone fit, I don't know if that's the case. Do you?
Yeah, Paul, I don't think the team picks itself. I think if you've got fit Tommy Arsenal, fit Tierney, fit ESR, fit Vieira, I can't name who the first 11 is going to be. We could name majority, but I think there might be a few positions, Soph, that you could move and shake, I think.
Yeah. And also, this is exactly what we've been waiting for, Kev. Hungry, fighting in various positions to start.
That competition, Soph, we need that competition for players.
Amira says players looking physically fit and happy mentally, looking hungry, ironically, to win it all this season. Solomon came back to you about the excuses and you saying you've defended the club enough.
No, what do you mean by... No, that is not what you said. You said there's no excuses for Arteta, but what do you mean? Excuses on what? What are you alluding to? Are you alluding to no excuses that he doesn't get top 4? No excuses that he doesn't win a trophy? What?
Yeah, let us know.
I don't understand. Let us know, please, Solomon.
Swedish Gunnar says, as for getting a great start this season, we're in good shape. It's when the midweek matches start piling up, we might need to rotate more. This is a good point. And also when Europa League kicks in too.
Of course, that Thursday, Sunday, Soph, we've done it before, and it can put a real strain on the squad. That's why I think we all know we need probably a couple more.
Yeah.
Minimum in to really give us a bit more depth.
Matty K firing a shot at Danny D. Danny, you're on a yellow, remember? You get one more yellow and,
you're out of here.
You're out of here. Or I may give you a straight red. Who knows? Stephen, really like to see Marquinhos on the bench. He scored again, Kevin, the under 23s.
Tonight, they're playing tonight. Yeah, they're playing tonight.
I don't know if it's over yet. All right, let's keep those comments coming in. Great answers for the first question. 33 Fivers is looking forward to this weekend. Demsek wants to see Tommy and Saliba play together. Well, if Tommy comes on tomorrow, who does he replace, Kev? Again, going back to that.
Hey, I'll be honest with you. I think Tommy's got to sit down. Because Ben White, last week, I thought Ben White was excellent. Yep. I really did against Zaha. So, what is it, Harvey Barnes this week if he's fit?
I don't think Harvey Barnes is going to play, actually.
Yeah, I'm saying if he's fit. Yeah. So if he's not fit, then it allows Ben White to do a bit more. Don't have to really worry about a wide player. So let's give Ben White his due. He played out not in his favoured position, and he done really well last season. Tommy Arsenal, this is what happens at a top club when if the first team are winning, you get splinters.
And Kev, you are of the proponent that just because you're coming back from injury, you don't just get back into the team right away. And let's be honest, Tommy's been out a long while.
He's been out a while. Yeah,
so.
Yeah, he has. Unless you really need him. Obviously, played 45 last weekend. So look, we all love him. We think he's a great player, but we've got to be a bit careful with him as well.
Definitely. You love messages like this, Kev. North Bank Gooner hyped for his first game or her
Wow.
first game tomorrow, into the bar on the Holloway Road and then the North Bank. Come on, you Gunners.
Fantastic. You make sure you enjoy yourself, North Bank Gooner.
Okay, K Marlon, hello to you. Everyone positive. How will everyone react? Oh, come on, don't do that. Not today. Let's just, you know what? How we're going to react? Just pick it up and go on, Kev.
No, do you know what, Soph? K Marlon, I understand what you're saying, because that's the mode we've been on for the last few years, haven't we? You know, we're all getting a little bit hype, but there's got to come a time, and it's one of the questions, K Marlon. Wait for the bonus. That's what I would say. You wait for the bonus.
Jaffa wants to bring in another striker. We'll get to all of that a little bit later as well, Jaffa. Tom, hello, squaddies. Right. And of course, Kisakai. Loved your shirt. Right, nice. Let's go. We got our friend No Laguna in the house as well. Absolutely. Our designer extraordinaire. Remember, we're raising money for Gooners v Cancer 2. Stephen kindly designed all this awesome stuff. The Bruckner collection, our streetwear collection. Check that stuff out. You can see it in the store. You can also check out Stephen's work right here. AFC FEESTEES. One of our talented Gooners in our artist community.
Very talented.
All right. Are you guys ready? Let me scroll down a little bit. Let's get to question 2, and I will continue putting up your answers to question 1. 215 of you in live chat. Hit it. Don't upset Kev on the season 3 premiere of Kevin Says.
Question number 2. The first game. What did the Palace game mean in the whole scheme of things? I know it's the first game. We've had the pre-season. Done very well pre-season. Everyone said, oh, it don't matter until the first game. Really tough game at Palace. What does the Palace game mean? Question 2.
Question number 2. What did the Palace game mean? I think it's, some people say, well, we got 3 points. For me, it was a positive start. That's what it meant for me. Starting off positively. Let me get rid of this picture, by the way, as well. I mean, I just love looking at pictures of Kev all day long.
Too much rock the neck going on. We need to get
it. Starting off positively, it was the big one. And not going on one of those spirals in the media when the pundits. We were just able to really focus, especially after, we know the TV networks were waiting for us to falter again. So for me, it was the positive start, and that was just something that I think that was massive for our club. Resilience, says Lone Star, probably referring to that second half. Nick agrees with me. Finally got off to a good start. Solomon also talking about resilience. Clock Orange meant we can stick it to the media haters. Samuel, we passed the first test. Let's see. Mo says it was a kick up the old Arsenal, some peace of mind, I hope. Tammy thinks that it made us look like we have a solid defense. For Paul, Palace game showed when we need to, we can hunker down and get the win. Also, the new players may have made us even better. Gamer says it sets the tone, Kev. 33 fivers, still owe me money. Going to that environment and winning 2-0 and being the first game says a lot about our mentality. Kev's going to give us his responses at the end. It meant confidence, Kev. It's a very unanimous. Lone Star loves a clean sheet as well. He's added. Runs with Cal says he's late. Just in time to be the 100th like. What's up with the rest of you?
Well said, Runs with Cows. How many we got in, Soph?
Let's Chief Like Officer in the house. Please give us the digits and the numbers.
Yep.
Amira says it gives the players a positive platform to build on. Difficult away ground, yet walked away with 3 points and a clean sheet. Kev, take us behind the white lines and in the dressing room, first game of the season. Is that what the gaffer is saying? Like, let's just get off to a good start?
100%, Soph. He'll probably just reinforce all the things that have gone on. We've had a pre-season. We've got over every challenge of pre-season. We've passed. Now we're in the. It's a tough game against Palace. Hostile environment. Nice old ground where the crowd are close. Now we've got to turn up, guys. We've got to turn up. We keep a clean sheet, we'll win the game. And fair play to the boys. The first, 30 minutes, Sophie? It looked like we were going to absolutely blitz them, like we did Sevilla. Obviously, we couldn't get that far ahead. Palace made some adjustments second half, which dragged us back, which is fair enough. It's going to happen. But when you come under pressure, you've got to be able to handle it. And don't want to say too much more, but
All right.
We were good. We were good.
Timmy says it means not to take Leicester City lightly. I think a lot of fans, Kev, you can't help but get into that Arsenal mode of, that second half, it's got to be better. Even when you're 2-0 up with a better team, do we get punished? A lot
we
more.
are away from home. They were unbeaten at home in 9. They hadn't conceded a goal in 9
since February.
Yeah, so there's a lot of hurdles that we utilize to get over. Stop saying.
GD says it's a signal to the league that we're not a soft touch. It shows. Hugh said for him it showed how to win away at home to tough oppositions. Glavy says we can defend and fight out to grind a win. North Bank Guna, Palace showed we can't be bullied, unlike last season in the same fixture. Saliba really made the defense a lot more solid. Diana, Crystal Palace game meant we could fight it out even in games that didn't allow us to play our game. Daniel says that confidence and belief is important in that away win. Chief Like Officer says 112. We're at 230 right now. So, Kev is always going to want more than half now. So we're on good course.
We're on course. So just if you haven't hit it.
Kev loves a clean sheet, Rich. So he's on the same page with you here as well. MD, Managing Director. Great start, set the tone. The momentum from pre-season continued. Great to get a clean sheet. Avon, good to see you in the house. There are no easy games in the Premier League. Norwich and Watford went down. Oh, yeah, they were rubbish, though. Let's be honest. They were very good. Stephen says things will get better when the fitness improves. Let's see. Saliba's performance was a huge positive. A lot of people have been watching that under-23 game tonight as well, Kev, and commenting that Marquinhos scored with 2 headers.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So, yeah. Solomon says we also learned that the Xhaka bookings aren't over.
Solomon, you're right. I mean, I think the referee, we know what happens. He books Xhaka and then, there's other players who go down easy and he doesn't book them. It's a disgrace. It really is a disgrace.
Rize wants to know, Kev, how to get out of that protective mindset and not go into such a low block after scoring.
Rizai, we did go into a low block automatically. If you remember correctly, I think it was after Ramsdale made a poor kick, and that kind of brought Palace onto us, and we had we had probably about 5 or 10 minutes where we were a bit ropey. Got to half time, got in, and then Palace are at home. Palace are going to start putting it on us. But if you notice, the thing that really happened was Jesus went really deep as opposed to staying right up the pitch. But that's what kept us solid, Soph. That kept us solid. That made sure we kept a clean sheet, because sometimes when you're out undermanned in that midfield, that's where you can work an overlap or something. But Jesus was in there ferreting. You can have the ball at the back. Don't care. But you're not going to play for us too much. And we done that well.
And I thought it was impressive is the way we moved in units, like so much better than,
before.
Where we've suffered before, where, our forwards really haven't put in that shift the same way Jesus did. A couple more for you, Kev, before we get to question number 3. Paul says, I'd love to know your thoughts on this. Arsenal's biggest enemy this season will be complacency because we know we're good. Do you think that's
No, I
possible
don't.
with a young team, Kev? Maybe?
No, do you know what? I don't think complacency is going to be a part of it because I think this young team want to achieve, especially what happened at the back end of last season. That lives with you as a player. Trust me. When you don't get the job done and you come back, you want to put the things right. You know, there's a connection between the team and the fans, and they know how deeply hurt we were to miss out, especially to that lot down the road. So complacency, believe me, doesn't even come in it. We've got an ambitious manager. We've got an ambitious team. These youngsters want to prove themselves. Look, there's a World Cup coming as well. Everybody wants to prove themselves. So I think complacency, there's no place for it.
Afam, welcome to the show. It shows the team can defend well. We manage the game well, shows more maturity considering it's the youngest team in the Premier League.
Good
Kev,
points. Good points.
I have one more for you, which I'll summarize because it's coming from a lot. There's a lot of our listeners and fans who are concerned about Rambo 2.0, as I like to call him. They made him a little he made them a little nervous on Friday night. I thought he made up for it with a couple of really great saves, kept us in the game, made a lot of the team of the weeks, made NBC Premier League's power ranking top 20 in week 1 because of those saves. Do you think, Mikel, you've been there before with crazy goalkeepers, do you just let them duke it out themselves, or is he saying, hey, just simmer down?
Yeah, I think the manager will have a quiet word in his ear. Listen, he done his job. He's got a clean sheet, right? But when you're away from home at a tough place like Palace, and you kind of put the team in a difficult situation because you're trying to be maybe a little bit too clever, trying to ping balls in between attackers, and it doesn't go your way, you know, that could have cost us. And then you see the team start to get a little bit more panicky. I'm sure the manager would have a word with him. Just get us to half time. You know, we know you can do it, but you just don't need to take the risk. So I'm sure he'll have a word.
Okay, last one. Avon said we were much more solid, after the substitutions. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, because fresh legs came on. I could see why the manager left it late, because he didn't want to upset the rhythm, because we were defending pretty well. You know, Palace weren't really hurting us, and some of the players got a little bit tired. So when you do bring, you know, we were talking, Soph, about substitutions making a difference. Well, this is the perfect time. He brought Tierney on, he brought on Lokonga and Eddie come on, and we had the energy to spring and get up the other end of the pitch. Before you know it, we're 2-0 up. It's game over, isn't it? You know, that type of difference from the substitutes bench is fantastic.
All right, brilliant stuff. Keep them coming in. I will keep putting them up on screen. Joining us late to the show. Do you know our what are they called? No, non-negotiables, GUNNERBALLZ. Can't be late. Non-negotiables. But this is just a warning.
Have you been out photographing birds again? Russ?
It is a lovely summer's evening.
It's a lovely summer's evening.
All right. I'll put up some of the responses to Kev's comment on Rambo. And here we go. So for those of you who are late, like our good friend, Mr. Guna Russ, you're lucky that Kev summarizes in question number 3. Here comes the bonus question as well. And you'll be blinded by the light.
Question number 3 and the bonus. Squaddies. Can the Arsenal fan base get behind this squad now? Can they? Can they fully, not half-heartedly, can they fully get behind this squad now? Or, as most of you would put, does it depend on something else? So, if it depends on something else, you're not fully behind it. So, Can the Arsenal fan base and can you squaddies fully get behind this squad? Listen, I ain't got time to be brocking any necks, right? This is the first, and this is a serious season for us. This is a stick together season, so that's why I asked this question. Sophie, get Yellers, get the Samurai, get Vinny and Vespa working. We want everybody on board. So, again, and I'm going to stop doing this, reading out everything. What type of shape are the Arsenal with now is question one. The first game, what did that mean? That was question two. And can the Arsenal fan base fully get behind this squad? Listen, love you, look after yourself, and I sincerely hope you're in a good mood on Friday, because we've got a game on Saturday. We got a game, first game back at the Emirates this season. It's time to sort Leicester out. Anyway, look after yourself, squaddies. Sophie, take care. Look after yourself, everybody, and let's go at ease.
I listened to that.
I forgot I'd done that. Oh God, I forgot I'd done that.
I love that we play the messages that you left me the day before on the live show. It's hilarious.
Oh, God.
And I did the stupid thing, Kevin, played it without my headphones.
Oh no!
At 4 o'clock in the.
Did it wake up Tony? Oh jeez, I bet it did.
Tony's like, oh my God, I love Super Kev, but what the heck is going on?
He's
hilarious.
Mad. He's mad.
Look, in honor of Kev's Dickie Bow videos and recording on Dickie Bow, we got little Vince the Prince out.
Vince the Prince, hit the like. Come on, everybody, just hit the like. Thanks,
right.
K Marlon.
Okay, super duper Kevin Campbell. There's no doubt about it. Right. Ugo Kotru says, yes, the fan base can get behind this squad. Those that can't simply have an agenda and are most likely not true fans. I do believe there's a difference, though, Ugo Kotru, between giving critique and being abusive. So Super Kev's gone full metal jacket. Guna, Russ, why don't you guys get a room? It's actually quite nice without him in here tonight.
Yeah. You know what he's doing? He's creating art, so just keep quiet.
Reze loves the shades. Yes, they can. I reckon most of us saw the progress and on board with Arteta, and I do trust the process. Simon says, hit. This is a class podcast. Thank you so much, Simon.
Thank you, mate.
The real Vinny and Vespa, they appeared on the show at the beginning yesterday, Kev. They got a good taste of the kids.
Love it.
Cliff says the fans are always behind the squad. That is why we watch and go every week. It is the gaffer and the hierarchy that have given us the hump.
No, Cliff, that is not true. It is not true. You're an Arsenal fan, so you go. But the fan base have not fully been behind this squad. Because there's always a caveat. I'm talking about unconditionally supporting this club now, regardless of result. Now, if we mess up, we mess up. Yeah, we're gonna moan and we're gonna argue, but can we get behind this squad unconditionally? That's the question.
Andrew thinks it's too early to tell. Can't say.
Well, Andrew,
just
you're
yet.
not fully behind it, then, are you? You see, I'm gonna find you squaddies out tonight. I tell you.
Okay. Liz says, "I'm loving the squad right behind the Arsenal." Demsek likes to think yes. I've never been anywhere else. Arsenal first. Let's see. Stephen says they should, as it's exciting times. Paul says most of the fan base are all in, but the haters and agenda merchants never will. Let's see. North Bank Guna says 100% wait until you hear the noise tomorrow, Super Kev. I haven't been this hyped for years.
But you know what, North Bank Guna? That is exactly how everybody, I believe, should be. Yeah, you should be excited about what's happening at Arsenal. You should be, 100%.
Archangel says depends on the results.
Well, you're not fully behind it then, Archangel, are you? I'll tell you what, I'm getting hot here.
Me too, Kevin.
God, I'm getting all...
Here's another one for you. Get the hanky back out. Nope, as long as Arteta is the manager, there will always be people who won't support it.
No, but you see, Hugh, that I don't mind because you're going to get that. But I'm talking about getting behind the squad, the team fully. There's always going to be people who, the manager, I'm not having him. Fair enough, fine. But can you unconditionally back the team?
Bruno says he's seen some negative fans change their minds about the Arsenal this season. He will be fully behind us.
Nice one, Bruno.
Our chief like officer says yes if they give us 100%.
Yeah, they will. They will.
Baraket says 100% backing the team as always.
Fantastic.
Gunnerballlz says the support at games has been phenomenal. I think it has been. It's been amazing.
100%.
Solomon says we've already been fully behind, but they've stressed us out for the past 10 years.
Solomon, it's a bit longer than that. I can tell you that much. It is.
Oh, here's one for you from Nick. Nope, because I'm not convinced there's enough strength and depth in this squad.
Yeah, well, we know you're not going to fully support it then because I'm not convinced because there's not. So I get that. Hugh, no worries. No problem.
Saeed says yes, they can. They're already behind the team from last season till now, Kev.
See, listen, I like the positivity.
Stephen's been behind the Arsenal for 50 years. Love them, but I demand top 3 minimum as we are that big. 4 family season ticket holders. That is a lot of money, Kev.
That's a lot of years and a lot of money spent. But you know what, Stephen? If we didn't finish top in the 3rd spot, but we won the Europa, would you be happy?
I would.
No,
I'll take 8th.
Hey, I'll take it, but I'm just wondering about Stephen. He's saying 3rd minimum. If we don't get that, but we get the Europa. Tell me, Stephen. Tell me.
I told you guys I had that conversation with Jordan Jarrett Bryant, a really good friend of the show. Yeah. I said I'd take 8th if it means winning a European trophy and getting back into the Champions League. Some people are like, well, then that just tells you that we've really failed in the Premier League. I'm like, yeah, but we would have won a European trophy, the first one since the early 90s when Kev was playing.
Well, you actually get 2 things, Soph. Not only do you get a trophy, you get back in the Champions League.
Exactly. And we go again the next season.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. All right, keep these comments coming. And I will continue to put them up. It is time to hand over the mic to Super Kevin Campbell, a man who knows what it means to get a season going and a man who knows what it means to win. Super Kev, over to you.
Right. So question 1 was, what type of shape are we in right now? And I'm going to tell you this. I think we are in the best shape the club's been in for probably 17 years. We are in the best shape. We're not a full squad yet, I get that. But right now, you look at the defense, we haven't even so-called got our first choice fullbacks in there. But yet we're going to Palace, gutting it out, performing, keeping a clean sheet. One where last season we got absolutely bullied from front to back. We had to weather the storm, second half, 100%, but we came out with a 2-0 win. Do you know what? And the connection that this team now have built with the fan base is kicking on from last season. Last season was great at most of the time, but you could get that feeling from pre-season. There's something building. I think the shape, I think they're in probably better shape because it was after the Euros, wasn't it? And players were coming back sparingly last season. So I think that the squad's in better nick. I think the squad's mentally in a better place. And seeing the quality come in early so they all have a pre-season together has made a huge difference to us. I think the manager and Edu have done business. I know they're not finished their business, but they've done business really well. I think they've moved really well in the league and in the transfer market. And we're not done yet. So I think we're in the best shape. I mean, Danny's just saying, you know, what, 1994, 95 season or whatever. I think
Danny GFP, yeah.
Yeah, I think with this, as I said, I think this is the best we've been shape-wise for 17 years, so 18 years. I really do. So that's it. That's question one.
Yeah, I mean, Danny, let's not misconstrue Danny D, who's a Spurs fan, and Danny GFP, who's
Danny
a
GFP,
total
yeah.
gooner.
Proper
Yeah,
gooner,
he
yeah.
was talking about that 94-95 season, Kev.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
yeah.
derailed.
17 years, that's quite a statement from you, considering, you know, that
we've had some good teams. So we've had some good teams, Sophie. But you know, in those good teams, Sophie, we still said, where's the centre back? Where's that centre midfielder? Didn't we? So we played without now you see Gabriel is getting overshadowed by Saliba on his debut, in a sense. So we would like to think them two with a Ben White or whatever. Listen, we're building something here. We are building something here. And as I said, I think we are in the best shape we've been in for 17 years. I really do. If we could add to it from a position of strength, so even better. Even better.
And Kev, when you say we're in better shape, you mean more than just on the pitch.
More than just on the pitch, off the pitch, understanding. And you know, Soph, I'm gonna go back to that all or nothing as well, Soph. Because you know, when everybody was panicking and losing their mind, I've got to give some credit to Josh Kroenke. He was in the background and he was just calm and he was just supportive. Because as fans, we're emotional, aren't we? We're emotional, you know, this is the Arsenal, this is this, that. But you need the people on the inside to be focused. You need them to be together, Soph, because no disrespect to anybody on here, anybody listening to this, whenever you listen to it. But Arsenal's a high performance club who haven't been performing high.
Mm-hmm.
So in order to get back there, we have to have everybody on the same page. And it was good to see them together. It really was. And because now when you look at it, Soph, if you're not together then, who knows where we would be.
Yeah, and I do, and Josh, from what we see on that TV show, they definitely have Mikel's back. Can I just go back to one quick thing before you move to answering your question number 2, Kev?
Yeah.
You know, when you were saying we fans are emotional, you know, last season I got a lot of stick from a lot of people saying you're too emotional. Our manager is a very emotional man.
Oh, yeah.
And in a lot of his talks in the dressing room, he uses the emotional word a lot. Mm-hmm. So to all those who said to me, I'm too emotional.
Yeah, but Sophie, let me just say this to you. As a player, you have to use that emotion to your benefit. You got to try.
I thought I did too, no?
Yeah, well, yeah, you used the podcast emotion to beat me up a few times, I tell you. You're giving it all back. Hey, listen, I've had worse, Sophie. I've had worse, trust me. But no, Sophie, it's the fans' right to be emotional. Let's be honest. Because you're not on the inside. And I think that's why I think this all or nothing is so important for the fan to see. And I know you're not seeing everything you want to see because they're not going to show you everything. But to see what's going on the inside and how the emotion is on the inside, I think it's important for the fans to see it.
Yeah. You know, it's so funny. Everyone's saying he swears a lot. I don't know if you've been around filmmakers and managers, Kev.
He swears. He don't swear a lot. That's nothing. He's a quiet boy compared to how it used to be. Let me tell you. What?
Was George swore a lot, didn't he?
What? Every other word, but you get fucked. You're telling yourself. Because you can imagine when he come, he take his jacket off and he's rolling his sleeves up. Right, lads. You make fucking sure you get effing stuck into this effing lot. Do you know what I mean? We've been through all the things on the training. And then he'll turn and he'll be nice. And he won't swear. And then somebody might say something. Get right, you effing again, it's high performance football club. And it's a winning football club. So in order to get back to them levels, we need people all on the same page. And, you know, outside it may look, this is that. And it's funny when you look back and you see how the fans were.
Mm-hmm.
But you just see, you just needed to weather the storm. And they stuck at it and they weathered the storm a bit. And as I said, I think we're in the best shape we've been in 17, 18 years.
All right. Okay. Awesome stuff.
Don Juan, you're right. He would go. The teacups, everything will go, I tell you.
I mean, even our photographer, it was like, you know, Quentin Tarantino film. Literally every other word out of Stu's mouth was FF.
Yes. Old school. He's old school because he's been there since, he's been there for what, 30 years.
Yeah. And the word and the F word is universally known, so the players know exactly what it means.
Hey, it's universally understood. Any foreign player that comes in, they're the first words he's taught.
Yeah, totally. I know you were joking, Arch. We're having fun with it. All right, Kev. Question number 2.
Question number 2. First game. What did the Palace game mean? I'll tell you what the Palace game mean. The Palace game meant to us that we've got a tougher skin than we had last season. It means this team are built to fight. It means getting the extra pieces has made a real difference to what we're doing. And it also means the connection with the fan base is only going one way. Mm-hmm. Because if you can tough it out at places like Palace, win these games, and keep a clean sheet. I think the clean sheet is so important to the fan base because we love our clean sheets, Sophie, don't we? The Arsenal love our clean sheets. Keep a clean sheet, go to Palace, win. And it weren't easy, but it was a really good win for us to start us off away from home. Something the fan base could get excited about. Knowing, okay, we play Leicester this week. As I said, the week's dragged. It feels like a fortnight since we played last week. That's a good sign. Everybody's buzzing and looking forward to the Emirates. You know, let's go and put it on Leicester. It means that I think this team are hardened. We got that harder skin. We got that harder mentality. Whereas, you know, we are no soft touch. Normally you go to Palace and when they start sticking it on you, we couldn't handle it last year. This year, we go 1-up. Could have blitzed them away. We didn't. Less our Arsenal sides would have gone, they would have equalised and then who knows what would have happened. We dug it out. We stuck it out. Ended up winning the game 2-0. Comfortable win in the end. So the players who have come in have made a difference to us. We're going to see a stronger bench tomorrow, guys. I could tell you that. We're going to see a stronger bench. That's what it means. It means Arsenal. Are they fully ready? Maybe not, because we could do with another couple of additions. But how many people didn't want Ben White to play right back? Plays right back. Where was Zaha? Zaha weren't up to his usual shenanigans of being the most creative player on the pitch. He weren't. He clamped him down, made the most tackles. I thought Ben White done great. And you know what? A lot of people don't want to give Ben White credit. Mm-hmm. They don't. Give the man some credit. He did have Saliba beside him, but he still had to deal with Zaha one-on-one. So, no, our squad is not weak. How could you say our squad is weak? Our squad is not weak, but we could do with strengthening. Yeah. That's all right. we could always strengthen. So
I would
yeah,
definitely say at the beginning of last season, Kev, our squad was weak.
yeah,
Very.
weak sauce.
And weak
You
sauce.
always used
Yeah.
to say it.
Yeah.
Not only were we weak, we were weak sauce up here.
Mhm.
I think the likes of Saka and those guys, they're growing up before our eyes, Soph. They are. They're growing up before our eyes, and it's important. And you know what? I sincerely hope they mirror what the 87 Arsenal done
Mm.
when they suffered that difficult moment in 87, 89, 88. It helps them to push forward and be more aggressive and be even hungrier for success. That's what I'm hoping from this team. And we've got players in there who have got that mentality to win. That's important. So that's
All right.
question
number two. 300 of you in live chat on this fine Friday summer evening. Please do hit that like button. We have Super Kevin Campbell in the house. Very special when he does these live fan Q&As and connects with you. You get to ask him and say anything as long as you don't go in two-footed. Studs up. Kev, number three.
Number three and the bonus. Can the fan base fully get behind the squad? Can I add a word to that, Soph? Please. Please get behind the squad. Look, I know some of you sit on the fence. I know some of you, there's caveats there. But you know one thing I could tell you? When's the last time you seen an Arsenal team go through pre-season like they are, be together like they are, connect with the fan base like they are? Why wouldn't you want to get behind them wholeheartedly? You know, saying, you know, yeah, it's all right, but no, get behind the team, back them. Because you know what, guys? They tried to set us up last Friday. Go on, Soph. They tried to set us up for a fall last Friday. They hoped we would mess up, but we came through strong. Team and fans all over the world. We seen the connection with the US Gooners while the team was out there. See the connection everywhere. We need to be together because I'm telling you now, you remember All or Nothing came out first and they're trying to ridicule us, Soph. They're trying to ridicule, oh, why is he doing this? Why is he doing that? No, there's a strategy to it. And that is what gets us to this point. Exactly. Salaba, you tell them, shush, leave it alone. Get behind the team. Believe in what we're doing. Because if you can't believe in what we're doing right now, are you going to be a fair weather fan and then if things go good, all of a sudden, yeah, I'm fully behind it now? No. Get behind it now. 100%. Get behind it now. For sure. Get behind the team. Get behind Mikel. I know the Emirates is going to be bouncing. I know that, but this isn't the Emirates. We're talking on the Highbury Squad podcast for everybody, and this is the question. Leave the caveats aside and just back the boys. Yeah, if it goes wrong, we could moan and we could argue 100%, because believe you me, we will moan and argue and do all that anyway. But back the boys 100%. Let's do that.
You know what, Kev? There's definitely something that I think every single Arsenal fan agrees on. And this is why last season I was saying, why isn't Edu getting a lot more love and a lot more credit? And I think you're seeing in this show in particular, and we'll talk about that a little bit more next week after it finishes. They've given us players that we can fall in love with all over again. They've given us players who actually show that they really want to play for the badge and that they care. And we've got a couple of young players from Hale End who have that connection, you know, with the club the same way that you guys did back in the day.
Yeah.
And I feel like once we start winning, hopefully, we can get to these moments again with that core group. It's hard to keep modern day football teams together, Kev, but we've definitely got players that we can like let alone love. And that is a massive, massive difference.
Yeah, 100%, Sophie. Look, as I say, I think when I say about the shape, the first one, it encompasses everything you've said. It encompasses that. So well said for saying that. Likeable players, having players who care for Arsenal. Because there's nobody who can tell me 2 years ago that squad is like this squad. It's not.
No, it's night and day.
It's not. So that's why I'm so optimistic about the change of culture that's gone on in that dressing room. And you know what, Sophie? We had Flex on the other day, and the way he was talking about Manchester United, that was us a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And it kind of makes you feel, God, we went through some trials and tribulations, Soph. We did, to get to this point. But we had to pay players off. We had to do whatever we needed to get people out of there. And we took the hard road, Soph. We did. And, sometimes the hard road isn't the popular road. But it's the most effective in the end. And I believe that's what Mikel Edu and Vinay and all the guys on the inside have done. And I think that's, again, I'm going to reiterate the first question, the answer. I think we're in the best shape we've been in for 17 years. I really do. Few more additions, so I tell you, I will be very optimistic with this squad, because I think we'd have the strength in depth to cover all competitions.
And it would be a real shame, like in those 17 years that you're talking about, Kev, when you talked about a DM, a CB, if we didn't put the icing on the cake and bring in those additional players to really be able to start challenging for the Premier League again. We want to be competitive to start with, be consistent, and then eventually let's get stuck in, start challenging for a title and get that feeling back, where you're playing every week and there's something at stake. Like, there's something at stake all the time when you play professional football. You've told me that.
100%. Every time you put that Arsenal shirt on, you cross that line, you're playing for something. Yeah. There's no such thing as friendlies, so remember, there's no friendlies.
Good evening to our good friend Albert as well. Welcome in the house, Mr. Albert JTV. If you haven't seen Albert's stuff, please go check him out. He's a new voice in the community. Started last season, been on shows over the years, but now doing his own channel. Did some brilliant stuff with G and my favorites, Lottie, for the Women's Euros, and he'll be continuing to cover the beautiful game, not only on his channel, but you'll see him pop up on ours as well during the season. So please go check that out. Kev, I want to ask you this. By the way, round of applause to Super Kev, a brilliant season premiere of Kevin Says. Great questions, got everyone thinking. And once again, very proud of my squaddies in chat. Beautiful conversation. Great questions, Kev.
Great
and everyone being really, as you know, kind in our community. Kev, this has come in from, I don't know how many, there's 300 plus in live chat, and they want to know what you think about this, because I want to go to what you said about Flex real quick before we get to our Leicester and predictions. Not our Leicester, the Leicester game. When Flex was talking about United, at the beginning, he said, like a lot of fans, we were all taking the piss out of you lot, fallen club, novice manager, no direction. And then he said, as he's been watching the show, but even maybe a little bit before that, he's got a lot more respect, because he can see that not only is there a plan, but Edu and Arteta have been totally backed by the owners to clean house. And in particular, one of the things that came up, I asked him about, what if Ten Hag was able to do with Ronaldo with what Arteta did, with Aubameyang? Now, agree or disagree with it, we all wanted it to work out with Aubameyang. I stand by backing the manager on the decision, and I know Kev does too. Kev loved Aubameyang. How many times did you hear him say, he's got to start, he's our best player, but eventually those coupons run out. Martin Keown this morning said that he wished there was a path back for Aubameyang and he should have been forgiven. I've been inundated with people asking what your thoughts are on what Martin said.
My thoughts don't change. You're captain of the Arsenal Football Club. You toe the line. You toe the line. You are the spokesperson. So, and I can't stress this enough. If you're the captain, you've got to be the man. You've got to. I mean, even last week, where Odegaard didn't take the shot, we're saying take the responsibility, Odegaard. You know, he worked ever so hard. So I think his distance running was the most in the game. So he worked hard, but don't pass up that opportunity to take the responsibility. So if you're the captain of Arsenal and you're messing up left, right, and centre, there's no, most of the time, and I think this works at all clubs. You're going to be stripped to the captaincy, one. And then remember, I said so. I would have liked him to come out and said, listen, I'm fully committed to Arsenal.
Yes.
Because as captain, Soph, if you get stripped of the captaincy, your pride should be hurt. Your pride should be hurt. Getting taken the captain. Arsenal are a monster club. And you're being stripped to the captaincy. But if you're committed, you say, listen, I messed up. The car got the armband got taken off me. I am fully committed to Arsenal. But he never once come out and said that. He kept quiet. Remember, his agent came out throwing the haymakers, etc. Martin could say what he likes, probably because Arsenal never eventually made it to the Champions League. And probably with Aubameyang, he's probably thinking Arsenal would have made it. But I'll be honest with you, Sophie. The non-negotiables cannot be broken for any player. And because you're the top player, that means you should even be more to toe the line to show the youngsters. And that's why I think it's so wrong that these things went on. So, you know, I think it's really interesting watching All or Nothing, to be honest. It really is, to see kind of what's going on in the background.
Yeah, I mean, Kev's not going to agree with him just because. And someone wrote they're surprised that Martin said that after he played alongside Rodgers for so many years, which, by the way, Strictly Come Dancing.
Listen, I could honestly say I don't watch Strictly Come Dancing, but I might on replay. I might have to catch Rodgers on replay. I've got to tell you that.
Listen, if I'm doing reviews for All or Nothing, we're doing reviews for Strictly Come Dancing. Let's hope Captain Fantastic makes it to the final. His outfits are going to be fire. We know that.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Oh yeah, and he's tall, he's slim and tall. So with a bit of luck, he'll listen. Normally he's got 2 left feet, so I hope his dancing skills are a bit better.
Shout out to Casey. I missed it. Were you on the sports bar last night, Kev?
Yeah, I was.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll go back and have a listen. I know. I think he'll do us proud. Kev will never do it. I asked him. He got asked this question when we did the freestyle question pop culture show, because we asked him if he'd go in the jungle as well and do I'm a Celebrity. He would never do any.
Never.
All right.
Hey guys, I'm on here. I'd rather be on here than on any of them.
See how lucky we are? All right, 320 of you in live chat. Chief Like Officer, give us the update. It is finally game day, Kev. It is that time. It is match preview. We are at home against the Foxes. Mr. Gabriel Jesus, how nice would it be for him to get a goal at home against Leicester City? Look, they're definitely coming off a terrible season, Kev. Had some terrible injuries. Going into this game, you can never underestimate them. We've suffered some pain, but we've also enjoyed some really great results against them. Are you expecting any changes to the team? Do you go with the same 11?
I think you go with the same 11, same starting 11. And although I know it's going to be a tough game because people are just writing Leicester off, when you look at Leicester's team, they're still a good team. Craig AFC, I'm liking that 3-1, but I love clean sheets too much, Craig. So I'm going 3-0. Jesus is going to get 2. in that game. I just think the way Arsenal performed at Palace, home game, you know, it's not the same Arsenal from last season. It's not. This is more experience, better players, and we've got a centre forward of note. So, do you know what? I'm going 3-0. Some of them are 4-0, 5-0, 4-1. I'll take them. But do you know what? I want a clean sheet. I think that's really important. I want a clean sheet. Is Zidane about, by the way?
Where is he? Where is he? You know what?
He's hiding.
He's hiding. He's waiting. He's just hiding. Can we also say that Kev got off to a fantastic start last week, predicted the 2-0 correctly. So well done to you, Kev, for the correct prediction. Going for a 3-0. A few of the squaddies are aligning with you on the clean sheet. Tammy says the crowd will be amazing. 3-0, 3-1, 3-0 to the Arsenal. Let's see. Same starting 11, 3-0 from Rich. Another 3-0. Algerian Gooners, it's been too long. Where have you been? We miss you. Hello and welcome to the show. We hope you and the fam are doing really well. Great to see your name pop up. And you got to come in on the show this season. If you do not follow Algerian Gooners, please do so. A great group. And look who showed up, Kev. Just
hey! Oh, unbelievable, Zidane. How you doing? I saw you. You've been off on other channels. Good to see you back.
All right. So Kev says 3-0. Keep them coming in. Yeah, he showed up, Demsek. I'm going to say, I said 3-1 against Palace. I might stick to the same scoreline prediction, Kev. Fair. I'm going to go for a 3-1.
Okay.
I just hope we win.
Big time.
I don't want to take ugly 1-0s between now and the end of the season, Kev, but that time will come,
do you know what, Soph? Sometimes you got to win ugly, right? And if you get a 1-0, you take it and move on. As long as it's 3 points in the back pocket. Brilliant
stuff. 340 of you in live chat on this hot summer evening. It's been absolutely brilliant and we really appreciate it. You guys had some questions come in. We're going to do that with Kev on another show for sure. Also make sure if you're listening to this, answer the questions because Kev sees every single one. I share them with him. Everyone who listens on replay or sends us an email or a DM from our iTunes, Spotify, Acast audio platforms. I share them all with Kev on Kev Says. And then we basically will this season, as much as we can, share those comments and do a YouTube comment show as well whenever our schedules are able. Kev's got Forest and Everton playing this weekend too.
I'm actually doing the Villa Everton game tomorrow morning. The early game.
That's winnable.
It's winnable, but you know what? Steven Gerrard's under huge pressure.
Oh, he is.
After the Bournemouth game. But you know what, Soph? Here's the funny thing. You know, the same way Mikel Arteta's gone in and was trying to change everything in the club to get the standards. That's what Steven Gerrard's doing. And he's meeting resistance. So
yeah, like what's happening with Mings?
Yeah, there's a lot of resistance going on in there. So, you know, it might get bumpy.
You said to me last season, you go, there's going to be a lot more pain. Not last season, the season before.
Yeah.
And Flex said it. He said, United fans need to understand there's going to be so much more pain before it gets better. And I was like, where have I heard this line before? And similarly with, I mean, even your old club, Everton, Kev, there's going to be a lot of pain before.
Everton have been going through too much pain. But I like the signings that they've made. Need a striker. I thought Everton performed pretty well against Chelsea. If I was watching that game, Chelsea didn't look to be that world-class side, did they? You know, they got a penalty, which is fair enough. It was a foul. But if Everton had a striker, they might have drawn the game. So I don't think. Listen, if you're a Chelsea fan, I'd be worried tomorrow against Spurs. I would.
I thought Everton held their own, and they probably would be disappointed. You know, in the end, the quality they lost by a penalty, but a bit more quality, you know, at the back that prevented Everton from scoring. And we'll do some roundup shows too on the Premier League in general. There's a lot to look forward to and be excited about at Highbury Squad this season. We're going to have some great content coming to you throughout the season. Super Kev, it's always just wonderful talking football with you. Everyone wants your shirt. And I was going to...
Lion, do you like it?
Yeah, it's just
I've got
everyone
a
wants to
couple,
steal
actually.
it off
I
your
know
back.
Albert says he says he's like, I'm a medium.
Yeah, everyone's handing out their sizes. Kev, real quick, I was going to ask you, do you want Memphis Depay? Would you take him at Everton?
Yeah, I'll take him 100%.
Yeah.
Sophie, what do we keep saying? We need another striker. If Jesus ever got injured or we needed to play Jesus wide, it's either Eddie's up there, but you know, if you got a Memphis Depay, you could play him up the top. I like it. Soph.
Well, look, we've got non-negotiables here, and an original squaddie turns up late and gives an insult. A yellow card for Newman, Kev. His first of the season.
Lovely, Newman. Lovely yellow card for you.
Going into the book. All right, there we go. Right, that's all we've got time for. Kev is busy working this weekend. I will be back tomorrow, immediately at the final whistle for the post-game show against Leicester. We've given it to you good this evening. Super Kev's just been brilliant.
If I am back, Soph,
Yes.
am back, because the game's an early one, if I am back in time and not in all the traffic that's going to be on the road because there's a train strike, I might be joining you post-game.
All right, that would be amazing. If you can pop in. Yeah. All right, cool, for a few minutes. Thanks again. Don't forget, everybody, a little bit of housekeeping for you. Please go to gvclive.com. Get your tickets if you can come to the Gooners v Cancer event on September 2nd in London. I will be there too. Mike's got some fantastic guests lined up. He's giving away some awesome swag signed by players once again this season. And of course, we're really proud to be partnering with Zenith Coins this season, the official license partner of the Arsenal Football Club. And as per usual, in fine Sophie form, I'd like to show it to you right here with its certificate of authenticity right there. And of course, this beautiful coin in a lovely box, one you'd propose to your girlfriends or boyfriends in. And
oh yeah,
delicious.
Lovely, Soph.
The cannon on the back. This is mine, gifted from Super Kev. So please go over and support our partners at Zenith Coins, and we have some exclusive Highbury Squad coins coming real soon that we're going to give away to very special people this season.
Newman, you ain't getting one. With that claptrap you're coming out with. Anyway,
Kev, take us out.
Sophie, thanks so much. First Kev says of the season, and you know what? I really enjoyed it. Squaddies, tell your loved ones you love them. Don't forget, always smile and free, whether it's morning, noon, or night. You make sure you have a funky Friday. At ease, Squaddies. At ease.
To block the porn people.
Up the Arsenal, go on.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Please stand clear of the discussion doors. The next stop is Highbury Squad.
The Highbury Squad is powered by Zenith Coins. Support the future, treasure the past. Official license partner of the Arsenal Football Club. Follow at Zenith Coins across all social platforms.